Alright guys, here's another replay, and I'm gonna go through these just to help you understand my playstyle a little bit better, or my thought process in the game. So we have me on the top left, and my opponent is on the bottom right, which is a Protoss. He starts off with a pylon on the high ground, gets his gas. I'm going for a early cannon rush, I believe. Okay, never mind. I did play him. I played him and he was really pissed off. So we'll see what happens. He's not liking it. Well, in this game, I'm actually starting with the pylon and a gateway and 2 gases. So I'm actually gonna do a slightly different build than the cannon rush. It seems like he's actually blocked the front entrance. So this normally tells me something's interestingly weird happening. So I always like to make a pylon at the natural. I see his other probe right here. And he's getting a cybernetics core with the forge. Now I did cannon rush him, and I Probius rushed him, so it makes sense that he's walling up. Getting a cybernetics core. Kill the probe. Luckily, most of the time they take off before the Z-lock gets created. Right away, I am checking my bases, making sure there's nothing around. No hidden bases. It's one thing you always have to make sure when you actually take the natural block, as you want to make sure there's no hidden bases. Very thorough. So I'm making a cannon. In PvP, you always want to make a cannon. If not a cannon, a battery shield, but then again, just be cautious. The objective is to watch out for the Reaper, for the Oracle. The Oracle is a very favorable unit to come in and try to take as many probes as they can out and try to beat you in the worker count. So that's one unit I often see attempted right after things happen. So it's not exactly only when behind Dark Shrine, but it's also when behind Oracle. So it looks like we're going Phoenix. Battery shield, another Stargate. As you can see, I made 2 Stargates at the same time, or right off the bat, back behind each. I was a little more efficient in my build. 1 pylon, gateway forge, cybernetics core, 1 cannon for the Oracle, 2 Stargates, a pylon, and get 2 gases. He made 3 cannons, a battery shield, another battery shield, and then of course everything that I have. So he's a little too, how would I say it, defensive. He's worried about some type of front attack. He's sending out a Phoenix. He's looking around all bases. I'm not sure if that's still a hallucination or not. It's hard to tell if it's hallucination, but seeing that second Phoenix, it was already now most likely real Phoenixes. So I'm over here just waiting. I'm actually waiting for the Oracle, if there's an Oracle. Yeah, we meet each other. I knew there was 2 in the map somewhere, and I was trying to go straight around the area. Saw them coming this way, so I took out 2. I'm very confident in at least the numbers game, right? It's like as long as I keep constant production and don't lose any phoenixes. I'm actually in a better situation he is. You got the phoenix over here being produced. He's still producing them. Now I am taking a base. Now I'm actually taking 2 bases. This base is because he scouted me. This base is gonna be mine first. This is just in case he doesn't attack. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure I get cannons before I start making workers. Too many workers. I don't want to get workers and all of a sudden I'm not defending them. The cannons aren't up yet and then the phoenix come in and just eat them all alive. So I want to make sure before I start sacrificing potential workers, it's a sacrifice above cannons. It's not exactly a free pickings. So there he goes. You gotta right click the battery shield on the right and then you can push the stop. If not, you drain you drain the battery shield. So I have a zealot here just checking, see if there's anything there. Now I know that there's a pulse. I know that the zealot wants to go break that pylon, which is a warning to me that he wants to get a natural. So I gotta be careful with his phoenixes. Oh, gotta watch it. And he's lost more than I have. Then here comes the pickings, right? You got the cannons. Make sure that their cannons are taking doing some damage to the phoenixes, or else they would use all the energy, all of that energy they would have used to just pick everything off and then come back later for more. So very important that you make those cannons. There goes my recall, right? Now that my cannons are gonna be in the right spots. Now I believe I'm getting range. Okay, yeah, I already have range, I believe. Now, in this case, he has phoenixes. Phoenixes only pick up units and kill them. So I'm making cannons in front of him because I know that he can't pick up the cannons. Now there's no way he can actually protect that nexus. He's going for the kill. And GG. Okay, this is the actual start of the game. And just gonna break down a little bit. So first things first, I'm making a pylon. I'm not scouting because I'm trying to make it as efficient as possible. Get a gateway, then I scout, right? Because I'm going for a Phoenix build. For a Phoenix build, my main objective is that I make a pylon, a gateway, 2 gases right away. And yeah, of course you use your chrono boosts when needed. And I put 3 probes on each right away. So I'm at 12 workers. Now, a normal macro build will keep 16, and then make 3 go in here, then 1 at a time here. That's more of a macro side. Because I'm going for gas is I'm going for as many phoenixes as possible as fast as possible. So I'm sacrificing on the minerals and actually increasing the gas potential. If we look over here, see how his gas isn't being made yet. Mine's already being mined. So he's doing the 1633. Now, when I came into the high ground, I saw the wall. When I saw the wall, it pretty much told me he's gonna do some type of Oracle play first, or DT rush, something, or some type of proxy, right? Some type of proxy. Not sure yet, but some type of cheese like that. And so, me going phoenixes, well, if he goes Oracle, I'll be able to stop that with the phoenixes and then have more phoenixes than he could if he wanted to. If he was going for some type of like proxy Stargate Void Raid rush, then my phoenix would actually counter it. So that's where the phoenixes are good. The only thing I would have to worry about is like a high aggressive like warp gate, 4-gate warp gate with a bunch of stalkers or something. That's the only thing I would say I have to watch out for. That and DTs, right? Is it going to be DTs? Now I scout the whole map, as you can see. It's one thing that you always do when you take a natural. When you take your opponent's natural and you feel like you got them in containment, always scout every base. Now, once you scout, then you'll at least be sure that it is going to be an all-in. He's going to hit you with something. So, when we look at his base right now, he's got Phoenix, of course. He made way too much cannons. He didn't make a fast Stargate, right? The reason why he didn't make a fast Stargate is because obviously he didn't mine as quick in the gas. So while he has 1 coming out, I have 1, but the Stargate's almost up. I'm about to pump out of that one as well. Now I'm getting... He's gonna chrono boost 1, right? Here goes 1. Now this one already came out, so that's the second one. I'm at 3, getting another one. Alright, so now he's at 1, 2, 3. He's at 4. four phoenixes, but pretty scattered out. I got 5. Another one on the way. So I'm still able to compete with him even if I'm at his side of the map. But the one thing is that I'm able to use my gas a lot more than he did. He has minerals. He went for the mineral instead of the gas, right? So if you're gonna do that, then it's best that you utilize those minerals as well, taking a base. So one thing that he made a big mistake on is he didn't take another base. He didn't have a probe outside the map to do that. So that's kind of hurting him right now. Whereas I took another base because I have minerals to waste, since I have limited gas. I have specific limited gas to my Phoenix play. The light's on most of the time on the second one, but that's where the Nexus is gonna supposed to help out. Now, in this situation, when you got Phoenix to Phoenixes, you want to get the fleet beacon. You want to get that extra range. Now, the extra range is only good if you keep the distance from your opponent. It's not very good if you're not used to that and he's like right on top of you, because then he eliminates the range by getting right in front of you. So when you do get the fleet beacon range with the Phoenixes, just get used to how to use the range and not get too close to his Phoenixes. If not, just don't get the Phoenix range, you know, and just get more Phoenixes, or switch over. The next thing is you always want to take his base, deny it. Whereas here, of course, the cannons, I got to set another base just in case. I go for the poke. I'm like, okay, he wants to hit it. He wants to take the base. So it kind of gives me an idea of where I'm at in the game. I have 3 bases already. He's barely getting not even getting his second yet. And if he does, it's going to be in another minute or so, which is still going to take forever compared to me having 2 more bases. So I know I'm in better off shape. I just have to keep the pace. He tries to micro, loses a couple. He's trying to get his gas from long distance. He's at least trying to do that with his income. So that's kind of, it's a little clever. Trying to get that extra little bit for the Phoenix count. The only thing, when you're going Phoenix versus Phoenix, always know that you're typically dealing with like an full air army. Hardly ever get any ground much. So you can always kind of bully their bases with cannons, or cannon rush them, or even just cannon containment. That way they have to get ground units to kill it. But they won't really want to, or else they're going to eliminate some of their Phoenix counts because of the gas. Unless they start sending Zealots after the cannons, but it's not too practical. But that's something that you could do. It's very annoying for them. The other thing is always take bases and then make cannons around the mineral sections. Let's see. Yeah, learn to keep your distance. Now, most of these, because they have range, are shooting all of these guys, whereas some of these might not be shooting depending on the range. And GG.